Yeah, baby.
Yay! Woo!
Hey, that's what we want right there. Energy. We want you to give us a call. We've got so many people excited. We are up to 37 calls right now.
Yes.
So keep those phones ringing.
Yes.
What's our goal right now?
Our goal for this break is 50. So
we can do it.
Just do the math. What would that be? 13 people?
13 people.
13 people.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. We need 6 people to give us a call right now. The phone number's at the bottom of your screen. Let's do some thank yous quickly. Debbie from Tuscola, Darlene from Tuscola, Becky from Tuscola, and Rhonda. What's the deal? All the women are calling.
Hey, that's okay. I've got
awesome.
someone from Arcola. I have
Awesome.
Susan. I have Judy and Clayton from Tuscola. I have Jody from Champaign.
Wow, thank you.
And I also have Carol from Tuscola.
Thank you
Awesome.
all so much. So,
Yeah,
okay.
baby.
So we have a new addition to the phone bank.
We have Mayor Kleiss joining us right
And
here.
David
Thank you for
Porter.
your support and
Yes.
for allowing us to do this on,
Yes.
on your hometown as well.
You know, Ken and I just were talking. We were out in the hallway, and there's all kinds of photographs of all of our storytellers from tonight,
Yep.
and a lot of old photos. And tell them what you said to
Well,
me.
I'll tell you what, out on the break, I stepped out into the hallway, and our hallway is decorated with all the old photos, current photos, all the storytellers' posters. And it got me choked up, and I'm gonna get choked up here for just a minute because I came in and I got my co-host, and I said, come out here in the hall with me. I said, let's reminisce up and down this hall.
Don't do that to me.
Because this means so much
Yeah.
to so many people, and it means so much to us too.
Yeah, it
and
does.
this has made such a big difference in so many people's lives because of all the stories that have been shared throughout the entire series. But
Yes.
tonight especially, we're sharing really heartfelt personal stories from people in the studio with people at home all across the world tonight, all about Tuscola, and it means a lot to us.
Yes, it does. Very well
And we want to
said.
thank you for that, and we want to
Yes.
thank the people in the studio,
Yes.
and we want you to thank them by calling right now and telling them over the
Right.
phone.
You know, we talked earlier about them stepping up and doing the story, first of all, and then, you know, the time and effort it takes to put the stories together, the edit, we've been in the edit bays, you know, and it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. When we get here tonight and we're airing this to the world,
Yep, absolutely.
it gives me goosebumps because I'm proud of what we do here and who we work for. And for a PBS station like us to be able to have the honor to do this for a community, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a huge
Yeah.
deal, and we are happy to be part of it. It's our pleasure to be able to share these stories, share these people with all of you all across the world, and we want you to tell them thank you.
Yes.
And by calling in right now and getting a DVD and saying, this is so important, I want a piece of that history, that's a huge thank you.
That is a huge thank you. We have, we need 4 people. No, 4 people right now to call. Give us a call. Right now, the phone number's at the bottom of your screen, and we've talked so much tonight about having community pride. And I know that there are people watching right now that you love Tuscola, and you may have lived there your entire life, and you're seeing stories tonight. You're learning things about Tuscola that you did not know before tonight when this program came on.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people, we want you to call us.
It's amazing. It is so heartfelt in here tonight. You can just feel the love. You can feel the energy from the people who are part of Tuscola and sharing their lives with us. We've shared tears, we've shared hugs, we've shared laughs. We're still doing it tonight, and we want you to be a part of that. And the only way that you can do that is by calling and
Yes.
becoming a part of our family right now.
Right. You can call in for one DVD. It's $75. If you get 2 or more, they're 60 each. There are people that are calling and saying they want 2, one for themselves, and they want to pass it on to a friend, a family member. We can mail them for you to a loved one if you'd like for us to do that. We can take care of that as well. We love putting together these programs, and like we said earlier, Tuscola is our 10th one.
It is.
That is a milestone for us.
Yeah, it is. It's
My
an
gosh.
anniversary night for us.
And what a great celebration. Tuscola has been good to us, and we want you to support Tuscola. This is our story.
And we want to thank you for that as well. So when you do call in, we've been giving shout outs to all the people and the towns. We give your first name, we give the town that you're from. We've had so many people from Tuscola call tonight, but we've also had people from out of state, California, Massachusetts, out of town, but around the surrounding area as well. And that's awesome.
Right, and if you are watching right now and you know someone, your friend or family, tell them to get on their computer and tell them to watch us, or tell people to get, tune to WEIU TV. This is a great opportunity for us as a television station, but for you as a viewer to say, wow, I cannot believe that there's a program right now on WEIU TV that's all about Tuscola. You're not going to find this anywhere else but WEIU.
That man right there that's on TV, David Porter, he has been a champion for us. He has supported this through promotion, through the Tuscola Review. He's also asked for transcripts of the stories because I think he's going to follow up in the newspaper as well in text. And that's cool that people will also be able to read the stories, and it's going to live in history on the newspaper as well.
You know, speaking of a newspaper, you know, what I love about small communities like Tuscola, they have newspapers, and you actually hear stories, and you actually hear stories about people that live in your community. That's not really a norm anymore. So what a special community to live in, to know that they have 3 newspapers that they support. And we really appreciate David and the other newspapers as well.
You know, we've had 2 retired judges on our story tonight on Tuscola. This is our story. 2 retired judges that talked about the courthouse and the amazing different paintings they have in there.
Yes.
We've got the city mayor, we've got the newspaper, we've got veterans. We have a veteran here. We want to thank them for their service. We've got sports players. We've got people who are part of the business world there, and people who have just called Tuscola home for all their life.
You're right. We need one person to call right now. We have 5 people on the phone. We need that phone to ring right
Alan
now.
Patton.
Who's going to be the next person that gives
call
us a
Alan?
call? Alan is needing someone to call right now. We know you can do it. We want to get to 50 callers this break. Does Tuscola have it in you to get us to 50?
I believe in Tuscola. I know there's a lot of people in here that believe in Tuscola.
Okay, a warrior. Do we have enough warriors to get us to 50
Warrior
right
Pride, who's going to be that one that steps up to the plate?
Yes.
And calls Alan right there. He's pointing to the phone, like, get your hand on that phone, get ready to pick it up right there.
I wore my lucky shoes tonight, so we should get to 50 definitely. So we want you to get on the phone.
I don't think we're too far from hitting 50 because there's been,
the
phones are ringing off the hook tonight.
When we get those calls, that's telling us, wow, we want to support the television station, the public television station that's making a program on Tuscola.
We've got a lot of people here supporting us that are also on staff tonight. WEIU, all the staff is here. We've got students here, part of the newscast, part of our radio station. I want to give a shout out to Everett. He's been posting on social media all night long and doing some live video. Thank you. You're a rock star. He's also our weather forecaster. And we've got some students who are helping Amy tally up the numbers. So we've got Alan on the phone right now. Thank you for that.
Need more forms?
Oh, we need more forms. We're out of forms.
Take somebody else's.
I've got a caller that says you guys are so enthusiastic, he wants to know if you'll move to Tuscola.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, we might consider moving to Tuscola. But I just remodeled my kitchen. I don't know if I can move right now.
Oh, hey, we can bring our enthusiasm.
Oh,
a house for sale. They're wanting us to move to Tuscola.
Let me talk to my husband. We'll see about it. I can't make any promises.
Right. We'll keep bringing our enthusiasm over the airwaves right now.
They're considering it. Okay, so that's the kind of fun we like to have here
love
tonight.
that.
You know, we
That's
like
awesome.
to cut up a lot, but we are very sincere in saying that Tuscola has a piece of our hearts right now, and we will always have a piece of Tuscola in our hearts after
Absolutely,
tonight.
we always will, and we'll remember walking up and down the hallway out there, looking at all the photographs that the storytellers have provided for us, and that's what warms our hearts, that's what creates memories, and we're just celebrating that tonight with all of you.
You know, if you're watching tonight and there's been stories that have really spoken to you and touched your heart, I keep on going back to Catherine McCumber. What a dear woman. If you enjoyed that story tonight about all those children that she made a difference.
So many kids.
And their life, can you imagine? That woman is a saint.
You know who else has a part in those children's lives?
Yes, I do.
The bus service.
Yes.
And lots of kids love riding those buses.
Yes, they do.
So Gould's Transportation, we have Shane and Lindsay both in here tonight, and they have supported us from the get-go all the way from the community meeting.
And you know, you think about putting your child in the hands of someone and being responsible for getting them from home to school and back. The Goulds have been so gracious to us, and they're such kind people.
They are. Do we have any more thank yous before we go back to the show?
We got some more thank yous.
All right.
Keep on calling, though,
We've got Bill from Tuscola, Lonnie and Nancy from Tuscola. Here, I'll let you read that
Phil
one.
and Larry from Tuscola, they graduated in 54 and 55.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we have Laura from Arcola. So people are still calling from Arcola
Okay.
and other surrounding towns.
So how many do we have right now? We're up to
Are we 40, 41?
We're at 41. We got people on the phone. We've got
44? We're up to 44.
And we've got to get to 50. So right now, if you want to be a part of the phone blitz and say, you know what, Tuscola people got together and we got to 50, let's do it right now. Let's get a phone blitz going.
Let's do it. We've got 2 people on the phone.
Come on.
Here we've got another one. So we're up to what? 45?
Is this the
46?
person? Is that the
we
person?
need 4 more. Right now, before we've got Nick from Tuscola. We want to
what's his name?
thank.
Who was the guy that wanted us to move to Tuscola? What's his name?
Had to be my brother, Jim.
Jim.
Jim, that's your brother. The mayor's brother wants us to move to Tuscola.
Well, first I have to quit this job, and then I need to get a job in Tuscola. And I really like my job.
We've got Nick from Tuscola, Vicky, Alta, and Shelly, all from Tuscola.
Okay, so we're at 45 right now?
46. We need 4
46.
more people to
4 more
call.
people
4
right
more people.
now.
Get those phones ringing
Come
right
on.
now. We have 4 people waiting to answer the phones. We will get back to the show in just a minute, but
Yes.
let's get those
Yes.
phones ringing right now. We
Ring.
can make this goal.
Come
I
on,
know
group. Let's
Tuscola's
get 'em
got it
going.
in you.
Let's
Come on,
encourage them to
people.
call.
Get those phones ringing. Don't wait any longer right now. 4 more people. 4 more calls. 4 more calls. Right here. Mayor Kleiss wants you to call right
The
now.
mayor he wants people to call him. He's really sad right now that nobody's calling. So if you appreciate your mayor,
Good to hear. She's my
call
favorite
right
wife.
now.
Absolutely. And Jim, we may move to Tuscola. If you know 4 people, you get them on the phones right now.
We'll consider it even more. Is
All
that
right.
all we got there?
We've got 47s coming somewhere.
47.
Cindy's on the phone.
David's on the phone, so that's 48. 2 more people right now.
2 more people, give us a call.
Give us a
2
call.
more, and we'll get back to the show. You can do it. The number's at the bottom of your screen. 1 DVD for $75, 2 or more, $60 each.
You know, we keep on going back to the program stories that you've seen tonight. If they have touched your heart in any way, please know that you will not see a program like this on Tuscola anywhere else.
Nope.
That's what we do here at WEIU, but of course it takes time and a lot of talent and work to put together a program like this. So that's why we're asking you to support the program that's called Tuscola. This is our story.
This has been, what, a 4-month process?
4 months from beginning to end.
From beginning to end. We met at a community meeting at the community building in Tuscola. I'm waiting for those 2 phones to ring, and we'll
Yeah.
get back to the
There's
show.
one.
2 people right now. There's 1. We need 1 more. We started the process then. There it is right there.
Yeah.
We're up to 50! Woo!
Yeah.
We knew you had it in you. That's awesome.
Okay.
So right now what we're going to do, we're going to say thank you in just a little bit. We'll let you get back to the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Thank you. Yay.
I graduated college in 1964, and I went to work for the Department of Children and Family Services for the state of Illinois. And right away I saw there wasn't any facilities for acting out teenage boys who had been declared delinquent from the court. So I looked all over this state for a facility, and right there in Tuscola on Main Street, I found that big old Victorian house with 19 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, and I moved in with 19 delinquents the day after I bought it. And Tuscola was really great to me. They let me take my boys to high school, and they got me a judge to sponsor my academy. So from the day 1 in 1965, Tuscola was super great to me. I started a little construction company along with the boys' home, and that way I could pay them a little bit of money and everything. So it was after my adopted father died and I went to the lockbox. I was born a half-breed at Florence Critten's orphan's home in Peoria, Illinois. And I didn't know my heritage until a year after, and the deposit box was opened, and there it had my Native American background. And in 1980, the state of Illinois needed minority contractors, and so I worked real hard, and the second year, I became minority contractor of the year, and Ronald Reagan's secretary called up, and my wife answered the phone there in my house in Tuscola, and he said, "This is Gail Hodges, Ronald Reagan's secretary, and you and your husband are invited to the White House, all expenses paid." my wife thought it was one of my buddies playing a joke, and so my wife on the phone to the Reagan secretary, she said, "I'd like to have that in writing." 20 minutes later, Western Union telegram came to the door. In writing, we were invited to the White House. Well, the first record I did, I shot 40,000 in straight flying blocks out of the air, and it took 8 days of shooting in a row. And so I shot several thousand blocks every day until I got to 40,060, and I broke Annie Oakley's record there and everything, and they put me on the front cover of Guns magazine, September 1987. And when you get on the front cover of one of those National Slick magazines, then they all want you. Yes, flying targets with a bow and arrow, and I did that right there at 505 South Main Street. And all the local TV shows came and everything, and I shot over 5,000 targets. Other people threw them for me, and I shot them and stuck an arrow in them. There's no doubt about it when you hit them with that. Tuscola sure has been good to me in all the things that I've tried to do. They helped me in all my adventures. So I've lived here since '65, and Tuscola is a good place to live.
So years ago when we were growing up, and I grew up in Chicken Bristle, which is a little burg outside of Tuscola, and our family would get together at my uncle's house in Tuscola for Christmas. And we would go out in the evening and look at the Christmas decorations around town. Well, in 1967, the entire town was abuzz because Denny Dietrich had decorated his house up fully with the roof included, all the way around it. So everybody was buzzing around this house. And that, to me, was an inspiration. That, to me, was a tradition that started because everybody was doing that. And I someday wanted to be able to do that. So many years later, after having gone to school, after having gone to college, I came back to Tuscola. I joined the Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber of Commerce had a Christmas decorating contest. It was open for the entire community, and eventually I got into it. It just took me a little while, took me getting going, buying different lights, and pretty soon I was one of the top people that they would look at the houses and consider. But it finally came around when I started adding some greenery, some ribbons, some bows to the house, really dressing it up like an old-fashioned Christmas house. And I'd have competition the competition would come from Tom Ray, from Judd McGuire, from Judy Maggio, all kinds of people here in town. And we were all trying to make something really special out of our house to share with the rest of the community. I was in the small house on 504 East Scott, and we started, and that house sat on the corner, so people could drive around the corner there and see just about all the entire house. And it grew and it grew, and I got more compliments on it. And then I decided to buy the big house at 207 East Scott. And I thought, well, this will be great because this house has the same kind of look that the Denny Dietrich house had. This house is a 3-story or 2.5-story house that's just really going to show real well. Well, I didn't think about the fact that I've got to get up there somehow. I've got to get on top of this roof somehow, so that the other house, I'd already put the American flag on the other house, on the roof of it, and actually you could see the American flag from I-57 at one point. So it was fun, it was exciting, it was fun to be able to be one of those people who were bringing joy to the community. I don't send out a whole lot of Christmas cards. When I was working full-time at the pharmacy, I did not have time. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week, so I'd rather just present this as my Christmas card and my sharing this to the community. When you're sitting at my house looking at the display at Christmas time, it's peaceful. There's not a whole lot of moving lights going everywhere. I want the old traditional look for Christmas, just that peaceful look so people can just relax. And people do. They'll just come to the front of the house in their car and they'll just park and they'll just look for a long time. And we don't sit in the front of the house and notice anybody anymore. I'm back in the back room, but every now and then I'll see a flash go off and I'll say, somebody's out front.
Tuscola Fire Department became organized in 1881. They actually didn't buy any fire equipment until after a significant fire around that time, until 1888, which I always thought was pretty interesting. About that time, when they bought the fire equipment, they actually built the first firehouse in Tuscola. The fire department had one of the first rescue squads in Central Illinois, and some of the old timers talk about how they used to travel a pretty good stretch of the state, I think, especially when the interstate first came in, and did rescues. A lot of times they were recoveries back then, without the modern vehicles we have today. A lot of notable fires in Tuscola. There's a pretty significant history of major fires in the downtown area, a lot of large structures that are no longer here. My parents always note the fire at the Strand Theater being one of the more notable fires, a cold night when that happened, the Hotel Douglas fire. The fire that I remember is what we call the Tuscola Journal fire, or the Valentine's Day fire. It was the first big fire. I'd only been on the department about 2 years, and ended up being just a really dramatic fire. I remember one of the firemen I came on with, Mark Maxey, was at the top of the ladder at one point, and the roof caved in. Part of the outside walls fell into the community building and into the KC Hall next door. And Mark was completely swallowed up in a fireball at one time. Had all his gear on properly and really saved his life. We've had just a great long history in the department. A lot of people who've spent 20, 30 years, and we still have those people today. We have a lot of fathers and sons now, which is really a nice thing. We have about 40 members on the department. I think we're probably as well trained as any department you'll find of our size, and I would put our crews up against, compare them to any career department really in the state. Between 120 and 160 calls a year is pretty common for us. We run a lot more medicals now than we used to. That's probably one of the biggest changes I've seen in my 20 years on the department. I'm tickled to have the opportunity to lead these men in our department, and some women. We've had some women over the years as well. But really gives you a great sense of pride in the community that we have these 30-plus people who are willing to sacrifice so much, a lot of time away from their families, willing to commit the time for training both in the department and outside the department, put in that extra effort, care enough about all the people in their community that they want to serve there and be there really in their darkest hour. We talk a lot about behaving the right way, responding professionally, appropriately, having the right kind of training to be able to do the job, because we feel the community deserves that.
Well, Tuscola has almost always been a two-newspaper town, and really as many as 5 at one time. First newspaper in the county was in Tuscola called the Douglas County Shield. It didn't last too long because in the 1860s, Abraham Lincoln had just gotten elected. The Douglas County Shield was a Democrat newspaper, which did not go over too well. Tuscola at that time became overwhelmingly Republican at that time. So the Douglas County Shield folded up, and actually the equipment was hauled off to Arcola and started a newspaper there. But in 1864, the Tuscola Journal, which was Republican in its politics, back in those days, newspapers were almost always political arms, and so a lot of communities had 2 or 3 newspapers, and that's why you have newspaper names like the Quincy Herald Whig and the Belleville News Democrat, because those were the affiliations of the paper. 1875, the Tuscola Review was founded, And both of those papers operated as competing papers for probably a little more than 100 years. Tuscola Journal was still operating in the early 1980s. The longtime editor for the Journal was Phil White, who had started with the Journal in 1947. Phil White had a reputation for being a bit of a rabble-rouser and picking fights and taking people on. But his newspaper was also known for picture pages. So he would run full-page inserts and multiple-page inserts of photos from around town. And a lot of those photos have survived. So a lot of the nice photographic history we have from the late 40s throughout the 50s and the 60s came from the Tuscola Journal because of those picture pages. Tuscola Review was founded in 1875. It eventually became owned by the Hastings family. But eventually the Hastings family sold the newspaper when the News Gazette ended up buying the Tuscola Review and the Regional. The Hastings family decided they weren't happy with the direction things were going with the Review, so they brought back the Journal. So the early 2000s, you really had 5 papers publishing out of Tuscola. We're back to a 2-newspaper town. You know, some people may look at that and say, well, why does a town the size of Tuscola need 2 newspapers? It doesn't need 2 newspapers, it has 2 newspapers. People read newspapers, and the community newspaper will be around for a long time. You're getting news that you don't get on the internet. You're getting news that you don't get anywhere else. There's just a lot of newspapers in the county because of that uniqueness, and they're going to be around a long time.
Have cowbell.
We have cowbells. We have excitement.
We're gonna dream about cowbells tonight. We have had so much fun tonight. It's not over yet.
Not over
yet. We still want you to call. We have gotten up to 51. Let's get to 60. Let's
it's doable.
60.
You can do
Definitely.
it.
Yeah, we can. So the phone number needs to be put at the bottom of the screen. It's not on there right now, but I'm sure
there you go.
It is.
Thank you,
very
Dan.
much. We want you to call right now. Let's get the phones going. We've got about 10 minutes or so to get to 60 calls. In the meantime, let's do some thanks. So first of all, let's get the phone going. Right now, who's going to be the first one to call? Oh, Cynthia's on it. Oh, they'd be calling him.
They called during the break, so we've got one on. We need 5 more going.
Okay, let's give some thank yous. Bob from Tuscola, Kathy from Tuscola, Linda, and Harlan. There's not very many Harlans around. Does anybody know our Harlan from Tuscola?
I do.
Yeah, I do. The mayor does.
Harlan. Who do you have?
I have
any.
no. I have nobody. But you know, someone I do want to thank, and he's standing right over there.
Yes.
And he's one of the veterans who told the story. James Beeson, thank you for your service, and thank you for all the men and women who have served as well.
Yes. Thank you very much. I know through his story that he said that they get together and they do get volunteers to go to funerals. And a family member passed away this weekend, and he had a military rites ceremony. And I'll tell you what, for those men to be there at that ceremony, I got teary-eyed because how special is that they would honor another veteran. So it's really cool.
It is very cool, and we thank you for that.
For all that you do.
Thank you for all the men and women from Tuscola who have served as well. And thank you all for those of you who have called in tonight and supported WEIU and the Tuscola storytellers, your friends and family. We want you to keep calling right now. We have 2 people on the phone. We need 4 more people. And we want the mayor to talk to Jana right now is what we want. That's what we want.
Hello, good evening.
Why should people call in tonight, you think?
Well, because this is a great show and they need to support it, and so more things like this can happen and get the exposure of Tuscola without a doubt.
So you think we can get 5 phones going here?
Oh, we surely can. Come on out there, Tuscola. I know there's 5 of you at least that want to call. So what to know? That way, if we get 5 more, we get more points for the football game tomorrow night.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you give back and then you get back. So thank you very much. It was great getting to know you, and what a great community that you have. Tuscola rocks, really does.
Thank you, and we appreciate both of you gals coming to Tuscola and videotaping everything and interviewing everybody. It's really great. Good job.
Our pleasure.
Absolutely, it's been our pleasure. We have so many rock stars in the studio with us tonight.
Yes, we
This has
do.
been
Yes.
really outstanding tonight because sometimes all the people don't stay. But I'll tell you what, I think everybody that came tonight has stayed
They've
all night
stayed.
with us. It's
Yes.
been awesome. You guys are rock stars.
And they're even going to clean up afterwards.
Right.
They said they'd clean up.
Maybe we need to get Tim and Alex here too. No, I'm just joking, just joking. Those were the police officers that helped us in the
Yes, they
community
were
building.
awesome. So the phones, we got a couple people who need somebody to call them right now. Let's don't let Tuscola to end on a, let's get the phones ringing, let's get excited.
Let's get the phone blitz going. We need to get 60 calls tonight. You're not that far from
No,
it.
we're
We made the
close.
goal every single break.
Yes.
You can do it on the last one.
Yes, Tuscola Warriors, you are warriors. Yeah.
Show that hometown pride.
It gives me goosebumps just thinking about how community can come together, and that's something that we've seen with Tuscola is you are a true community.
There you go, right there.
You guys love each other, you help each other. The volunteerism that we've seen through your community is just unbelievable. So, you know, we will never forget you guys.
Absolutely not. Right now, we need those phones
Yes.
ringing. What number are we up to, girls? 52. We need 8 more
Yeah,
calls.
come on, let's get it
You
going.
can do it. Come on, Tuscola.
only-
Listen to your mayor. He knows how to get things rolling. We need 8 more calls.
And we've only got like maybe 3 minutes. So if you want to call tonight, right now is your time to
Yeah,
call.
this is the time to shine.
Everybody wave back there. Everybody wave.
We're going to be bringing everybody in here in just a
Yes.
moment. The Teenager Band, you
Yes.
guys better get your instruments. We're going to call you up here in
Yeah,
about
we're gonna
1 minute. Everybody else is going to be coming up as well. We're going to close the show out, but let's get those phones ringing.
Yes.
Come on, 8 more calls. One piece of paper
Whoa,
left.
Call him.
We've got Bruce over
Somebody's
here. He
calling.
told the
Is that
Christmas
your phone?
decorating
Somebody's-
story. He's the one that decorates his house like a small town
go.
family tradition. There's another
Yes.
one right there.
Come
Come on, Tuscola, show that hometown pride. We got it in us.
We know if they are going to be in the Cola Wars tomorrow night, that's Friday night. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
show
airing
your
this.
champs tonight too.
You better be a champion for Tuscola. This is our story, just like you are for the Cola Wars.
Let's get rowdy.
Yes, yeah. Do I need to get the jacket on again?
No, but we need those bells ringing.
Yeah,
Ring those
come on,
bells. Come
cowbell.
on, ring those
Even
bells.
more cowbell.
Get those phones ringing. All right, we want the kitchen band.
kitchen
Come
band.
on, kitchen band. Come on over here. Get your instruments.
come on over.
Everybody from Tuscola,
Come
join
on
on
over.
around
Come on
us
over.
right here.
Come on.
Everybody from behind the scenes,
Come
all the
over.
storytellers.
Come on
We want
over.
everybody to come on in here. These are our friends,
Yes,
our
come on
family
in.
members. Right here. Everybody come on in. All the storytellers.
Yep, come on
Phones
in.
are still ringing, people.
Come on in.
All right. You come on
We have
in.
had a ball tonight with all of these people, and we want to just really thank everyone who's called in tonight. We want to thank of all of our underwriters, all the storytellers, all of the volunteers that have helped us. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. We're going to go out shining tonight. Tuscola, this is our story. Jane, it's been a pleasure. Give me a high five.
Yeah.
All right. Teenager Band, let's go out with the song. Yeah, there. Woo! Thank you for watching. Tuscola, this is our story. Woo!
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, kiddo.
Thank you.
Tuscola Tourism Committee is proud to support Tuscola. This is our story. They salute all of the storytellers in the show. The Tuscola Tourism Committee hopes you enjoy the show. Tuscola, Trending Rule. The Tuscola Community Foundation is a publicly supported nonprofit corporation that funds programs and services involving Tuscola. They serve education, health, and human services, scientific research, religion, youth activities, and Tuscola. This is our story on WEIU. Tuscola Chamber and Economic Development exists for the civic purpose to promote and encourage expansion and retention of business and industry within the area of Tuscola. Tuscola Chamber and Economic Development congratulates all of the Tuscola storytellers. First Federal Bank of Tuscola is a community bank that welcomes the opportunity to serve the people of Tuscola. First Federal Bank of Tuscola thanks everyone involved with Tuscola. This is our story on WEIU. First Federal Bank of Tuscola, member FDIC. Additional funding for Tuscola. This is our story provided by the following: Sarah Bush Lincoln Tuscola Clinic, Winterberry Store and Antiques, Gould Transportation Services Incorporated, the Tuscola Women's Club, the Tuscola Kiwanis Club,